we are live. 2-2 settings, bruv. Bear man saying they're vexed, heartbroken, schoolboy defending, man saying big mistake taking off Pogba and Bruno. Absolute joke. My head's gone. Yo, like I'm trying not to be too reactionary in it. I'm just gonna go with exactly what I was thinking when it went in. I'm not gonna let emotion cloud what I saw today, blood. What are you saying, Cam?
Bro, when it happens at the end, it's not a nice feeling, fam. When it happens at the end, bro, I want to keep my words PG, bro. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Bro, you know what it is, yeah? You know what I saw today? And that's why when everyone's been getting on to me, bro, I saw one team that was very well coached, knew exactly what they were doing, had a game plan, had a style of play. And then I saw another team that had 11 players. That's what I saw in it. I saw one team that had better players than the other team, and I saw one team that was coached and had a game plan. And they made up for the lack of quality that they had over us by their organization, their cohesion, and everything. They pressed as a team, defended as a team, attacked as a team, looked like they knew what we were doing. When I say United don't look like they really have a game plan, a style of play, and an identity, this is exactly what I meant, bro. This is not me taking shots at the team or trying to be negative. It's me saying, when I see Manchester United play, if one or two men are not up for it, we don't look like the same team, bro. Today, Pogba and Bruno, the two guys that we rely on for creative sparks, went at the races, bro. Pogba went at the races by his high standards and still was involved in both of our goals, but he was nowhere near what he's capable of doing because he looked tired, bro. Bruno Fernandes was terrible today, bro. I don't think he passed the ball to a red shirt for the whole game. I would have not taken off Pogba before Bruno, for the simple fact that at least Pogba kept the ball better than Bruno. Bruno kept giving the ball away and we kept inviting pressure on. Oli taking off Pogba before Bruno was a mistake. Not bringing on someone like a Garlo to hold the ball up front and take the pressure off us was a mistake. You don't bring on Daniel James for Mason Greenwood. You probably bring on a Garlo and move Rashford out to the right-hand side, bro. At least if the ball goes up to a Garlo, he can hold it, take the pressure off us, bro. Every time the ball went up there, it kept coming back, bro. And it was only a matter of time before they scored another goal, bro, because we were just inviting pressure on. The changes that we made invited pressure on us. The two players we rely on heavily to create for us because we don't have a system that creates chances, didn't create enough chances for us, bro. And it came down to the manager relying on individuals to win us a game. And they just weren't good enough today, the individuals. That's what it was. And this is where these are the games where you rely on a system. Matic wasn't very good today either by his standards. Our midfield as a whole wasn't very good. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's just one of them things where this is what happens when you rely on individuals instead of having a system. Their system beat our individuals today, bro. That's what we saw.
For me, we had about 3 players that turned up today. That really turned up today. And for me, that was Luke Shaw. I think he had a good game.
Martial Rashford.
The rest of these guys were, listen, the midfield today is what we've been excited over. Is what everyone's been excited over. And yeah, okay, I'm gonna go into the fact of the obviously fitness, etc., unchanged team, which is understandable, but we know what our situation is with our depth. But today, that midfield 3, they stunk.
Horrible.
They stunk. I don't care if Pogba was involved in 20 other goals after that. Bro, poor game, bro. Poor game. Bruno hiding, ghosted every time you passing it to somebody else. It wasn't good enough today. Matic wasn't at it today. Midfield runners. And then when I was looking at it, the defense were getting split. But the defense were getting split by the midfield runners. Che Adams didn't do a thing today. Danny Ings didn't do a thing today. I was seeing Ward-Prowse pop up in the box. I was seeing Armstrong pop up in the box. I was seeing Nathan Redmond. I was seeing my man on the other side, the right back. Them man were popping up in spots because our team as a collective did not defend well together at all. And that starts building nervousness in the side, bro. You've got to shut off the issue. Like, prevention is better than cure. I want my centre back. I want my defenders not even making a tackle in a game.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? But then the midfield and the attack were just letting them man go through, bro. They were just letting them go through, and that's what brings negativity into this. I mean, not negativity, nervousness into this team. And then obviously it comes down again to a depth issue. Pogba and Bruno stunk. Who have we got to bring on? We got nobody. Bring on Fred. Nothing changes. Nothing. And we were unfortunate in the situation that Brandon Williams busted, and we only had 10 on the pitch. Yeah, because of the sub situation. However they do it, 3 subs have to be made at one time. All that rubbish. But all together in the game, yeah, I understand. I understand what you're saying about. I really get what you're saying about the individuals. That I get that, but we've known that. That's something that we've spoken about before with Ole and stuff. Yeah, I mean, which is why we say give him the quality. But for me today, it just shows a highlight of the team's squad depth, bro. The team squad depth is what I really look at. Nothing you bring on subs doesn't make a difference. You have to keep on Greenwood until the very last seconds because we got nothing else really quality to bring off the bench. You have to do, which I'm happy about that we did the unchanged subs because obviously I know about our depth, but really and truly, the fact that we're happy over unchanged team is because our depth is poor. So all of these stuff about don't bring Sancho, don't bring Greed, don't bring this person. I hope everyone's mind has now changed, bro, because the squad is not good enough. Stop thinking about the first 11. The squad is not good enough. And look what's happened now. Look what's happened. But the thing is, look, I'm pissed, right? I'm pissed, but at the same time, I'm still confident. I still think we're getting top 4. So I'm just like in the middle, but it's typical United. And bro, Fergie's been saying it from when he was there, when we were going for titles, though. United love to do things the hard way, bro. We don't do things simple, fam. We love to do things the hard way. You know what I mean? And it's crazy, bro. It's crazy. When you think about who we brought off the bench, Williams from Carrington, Fred, Tom, Carrington, Daniel James from the Championship. Those were Manchester United's 4 subs. The depth of this squad is not good enough, bro. It's just simply not good enough. And now it's a situation where joint points, Leicester have some tough games. I still think I'm not really too fast because I know them teams are dropping points. They're not good enough. Chelsea and Leicester are not good enough. But now it's about, can we adjust ours? I'm sorry, I need to see all them same 11 that were bottling and playing like shit all this 90 minutes. They need to start. I don't give a shit about Chelsea on Sunday now. They need to start and rectify everything that they just did. Because the stuff like Pogba's mistake, unacceptable, bro. Unacceptable. The legs, them man look dead on their feet already. And we know Southampton are one of the hardest pressers. We know that. Southampton are one of the hardest pressers. And it is a bad time to come back against Southampton, but I still expected a win. But it looked like our players were dead on their feet. Or maybe Southampton were just fitter than us. I don't know.
They look tired, bro. But you know what it is, yeah? That doesn't legislate for the fact that we're so bad on the ball, bro. We're so bad in possession. And that's what I've been saying, bro. Like, it's not good enough just being a counter-attacking team. You're Manchester United. In possession, like, bruv, so is that the way to beat us then? What, just high press, bruv? You know, is that it? Is it that easy to beat, man, bro? Like, is that it? Because them man didn't really have to work that hard, bro. I tweeted nice and early in the game, man, are overplaying it at the back, bro. Maguire does it a lot. Fights pressure on, bro. Dribbles across his own box, like I've been telling man and pass. Bro, like, just know he plays left centre back, but actually he doesn't really use his left foot, bro. So it kind of off balances us. And we saw when Williams went to left back as well, passing across into the field and that, bro. It's dangerous, bro. We ain't got pace at the back, overplaying it. Like, Pogba lost the ball at the back, half asleep receiving the ball, but why the hell is man receiving the ball there anyway? He's not even our DM, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? It's like none of it made sense to me. Our defense overplaying it, playing it out bare lethargically, bro. If in doubt, play it outside the width for the goal. Pogba lost the ball within the width for the 18-yard box. That should never happen. Do you see what I'm saying? Out of the back. If you're going to play out the back, play out intelligently, bro. There was nothing intelligent about a lot of the stuff we did today, bro. There was no shape to what we did today. Greenwood, to be fair, the whole right-hand side was dead today. So man can't even blame Mason. Because Wan-Bissaka, apart from the assist and like he wasn't in the game. The right-hand side was null and void. Everything was left-hand centric today. That's why we saw a lot of Luke Shaw today. You saw a lot of Rashford today because everything was down the left and Martial drifted out to the left. The right hand side today was anonymous, innit? They weren't involved. Like attacking or defensive wise, it was just dead, innit? We were just on the slope. Manich is left footed anyway, so he opens out to the left anyway as the DM, so the ball kept going there. So the right hand side was great today, but as a whole, bro, like you look at the performance, bro. Southampton looked like they didn't look like a team that didn't have nothing to play for, bro, because they just play one way in it. They're very well organized, well structured. We can talk about depth, and I do agree to a certain extent, but like who were the man that they were playing? All these men that man had never even heard of, yeah, making our man look dead, fam. Like man can't tell me that individually these men are better than our man, or else they wouldn't be at Southampton, bro. Like real talk. Like even when it comes to pure individuals, bro, it's not even about individuals. It's about these men just knowing the job that they need to do. Southampton had bare man that knew their job, plugged away, and that. We have bare man. If they don't have the natural quality on their own, bro, man are just out here drowning, bro. Daniel James was drowning in that red shirt, bro. Like, man looked like he needed armbands, bro. He looks like he's not at the level to even be wearing the shirt. Do you understand what I'm saying, bro? Like, it's like if you don't tell man what to do every second of the game, he's missing. How can you come on here with tired legs and not affect the game at all? Like, he just drowned out there, bro.
Bro, like, my thing is, right, with the passing out thing that you're mentioning, we should be as football players, bro, like you're all men, you know what I mean? At a point you should think to yourself, you know what Pogba, maybe you go a little bit higher. De Gea, I'm just gonna kick the ball a little bit to Pogba or something in the air. He's gonna try and flick it on. We'll get the second ball and we earn the right to play fucking sorry my language, but you earn the right to play football, bro. Do you get what I'm trying to say? We were trying to pass it slow. Sometimes you got to earn the right. So you got to earn the respect of the team. You know what I mean? You can't just be passing it around from the back and then they're pressing you. Click one over the top and then you play from there. Very, very the brains or whatever was going through that midfield was poor. I don't know, whatever was going through not even the midfield, the defense, the keeper, and the midfield, the communication or the what's the word, like the in-game management of just being like, oh, whoa, this is the type of game it is. Let's switch it up a little bit. You know what I mean? Little thing like that. If that's an instruction that needs to come from the coach, that's fine as well. I get that. But for me, like, this is why I'm not really fond of Pogba sometimes too deep, bro. I see it a lot, bro. Pogba is a player. He likes contact, fam. And I get what you're saying. You shouldn't be picking up the ball from there. That's fine. But some occasions, you're going to end up doing that. He likes contact, like he likes physical contact. He can move you. And sometimes when the press is coming, you can't do that. And boom, they go on and score. And then it happens again, fam. It happened again, and they almost went and scored. So I don't know if he was still rattled from that, but he wasn't at it. But then again, another thing is like when I'm seeing all these midfield runners, Bruno, tuck in. Like I'm seeing Matic playing basically centre half. I'm seeing Pogba playing like flipping, I don't know, DM, and I'm seeing Bruno chilling next to flipping Martial. So I'm not too sure what was going on between the midfield three today, but it was very...
it was a travesty, bro. Yeah. Do you know what I'm saying? Man saying already had no tactics in the second half. This person is saying Pogba was worse than Bruno, which is absolutely not the case. Do you know what I'm saying, man? But we shouldn't even be pointing fingers about who was worse than.
No, it's for me. It's more about, for me, when I look at it again, I look at depth. I'm going to keep saying the word depth until it really drums into people's heads. The depth of this side is horrible, bro. It's horrible, and the fact that we need the same 11 to basically start our next 10 fixtures in a row should tell you everything you need to know. The depth is horrible. So now it's a situation where may the best team win now, bro. That's the situation we've got ourselves. May the best team win. And now it's just about winning games. It's just about grinding out and winning games now, bro. That's it. Like now we're joint points. We still got Leicester, which is going to be a flipping blockbuster. But personally, I think Leicester are probably going to lose their next 2 games. That's my opinion. But at the same time, that's the situation we've got ourselves in. So I don't know, man. It's very poor today. Very, very, very poor today.
When he took Pogba off, our possession dropped by 20%. See, I don't even have the numbers, but I felt that, innit? The thing is, yeah, Fred is not someone who retains the ball, and Bruno kept giving it away. If you're going to take off a player in these circumstances, you take off a player that's giving the ball away, innit? And that's what Bruno was doing, unfortunately, and that's what he does. So when you're under pressure and you need to keep the ball, you do not take off Pogba before Bruno. It doesn't actually make sense, innit? It doesn't. And Southampton don't have a better bench than us, but they have a better coach than us. Like, that's just how it is, unfortunately. We saw that today, guys. Do you know what I mean? And that's what my point will always be, bro. Like, when it comes to this coaching thing, yeah, the way Southampton played football, if we played like that with the players we had, we would have put 6 past them today, bro. Like, I'm going to be real. The only thing stopped them from beating us was the fact they didn't have quality, because they had large spells of the game where they were probably the better team.
They had more possession.
But there you go, at our place, but they didn't have the quality, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm trying to say when I say something for me to buy into when I say about coaching. That's how I look at football, you know? Like, I just look at football, I look at this team. They don't have the quality we have. They played better football than us today. They all were on the same hymn book. They pressed together. They dropped back together. They did everything in zones. Everyone knew what they were meant to be doing. That's what a coach team looks like to me, innit? That's what Sheffield United do as well. Another team, yeah, that the points are a lot higher than the sum of their parts. We're not that. We're doing what we're supposed to be doing given the players that we have. We're not overachieving. Like, Southampton are overachieving with the players they have because they have a very good coach. And that's where all my question marks will always lie, bro. Like, we saw a coach team versus a non-coach team. And as soon as we had a few players had an off day today, we ended up dropping points, bro. That's all that happened, bro, because our players weren't up to it. Ultimately, that's all it was, isn't it? Like, it came down to individuals. Just like when people always criticize me and say, oh, when we win, you say it's down to the individuals. And we didn't win today, and it was down to the individuals too, bruv, because they weren't up to it. I believe if Pogba and Bruno were at the races today, we win comfortably.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It is down to the individuals, because ultimately, I'm seeing a team that don't really have a style of play, bruv. Our style of play just depends on what mood Bruno or Pogba's in.
I mean, I feel like people, the thing is, people are saying that Pogba shouldn't have come off, but genuinely, if you were watching the game, Pogba, I thought he was going to collapse on the pitch, bro. He was shattered. It started getting sloppy. He was shattered. He wasn't running. He had to come off. You know what I mean? Whether, okay, the possession, whatever, drops, but this is the issue. This is why we have no one to come on. We have no one to come on and come and do a good job, bro. Fred, every single time, like, Fred comes off the bench, I'd rather Fred starting. Fred coming off the bench throughout his whole United career has never really been anything. You know what I mean? He came on at 5-2 the other day against Bournemouth and did all right, but we're winning. Like, I don't think Fred coming off the bench. I don't know. He doesn't get grips of the game enough. You know what I mean? It's not good enough in terms of what we have, what the options are. And I do agree with you, bro, because that's something that we've spoken about many times in terms of Ole's more like a coach, where it's like a manager, where it's like man management, you know, blah, 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 have quality or whatever. But again, as you said, look, it's all about the quality. It's all this is why I'm saying it's all about the recruitment this summer. If we're going to really have a serious season next year, if we have the same 11 next season, we're not winning nothing. Do you know what I'm trying to say? We're not doing nothing. It's all about the recruitment. The recruitment is so key. And we're going to have to now get through this phase, because we got a game on Thursday. And then we got a game on what's the game? Then we got a game on
Sunday.
I'm obsessed with depth. Southampton ain't got depth. Have Southampton kept the same lineup 5 games in a row? No, they haven't. In this period, no, they haven't. So
they've got a system, so they can afford to make changes. We can't, bro.
But we ain't got quality. We ain't got no one to even substitute.
But their players aren't better than us, bro. Their subs aren't, but at least they're better coached than us, bro. That's what we saw today.
I agree with that. I get what you're saying, but at the same time, this is the situation we're gonna have, bro. The reason we're going on these crazy runs and the reason we're joining is because of whatever Ole's been doing, whatever Ole's putting out there, the whole happy camp that everyone's doing. So now if we turn around and we draw a game, we draw a game, it can't now be a thing as in we start screaming Ole out. So you're trying to tell me we're one result every single second, we're one result from Ole out every single forever. Is that what people are telling me now? Like, you got to be real.
I don't think so. Do you know what I mean? I think the point, that man's making is that the reason why I said I'm not Ole out, but but I said I'm not really in is because I know why I said he wasn't the man, bro. And today showed me exactly why my analysis of why I don't think that he's as good a coach as man say. I saw it again today, my guy. Do you know what I mean? I'm not blaming him for the loss because ultimately I knew that this is the kind of manager he was. This is what I've been saying the whole time. Do you know what I mean? This is what I've been saying the whole time. He showed me exactly what he is today, bro. Do you know what I mean? So I don't blame him for today because I know what he is, but I've accepted he is what he is. But ultimately, I know the reason we didn't win was not because Southampton had better players than us. But they were much better coached than us, bro. Man can talk about lack of depth till the cows come home, yeah? But the facts are, if our players were better coached, they would have been able to deal with this Southampton team. And as you said, Southampton have made changes. We haven't. Why can't we make changes and still win games, bro? Because we're relying on individual players instead of a system that's supposed to... Players are meant to fit into a system, not the other way around. Do you understand what I'm saying? You don't build a system, yeah, like depending on the players you have. You have a system and then you put players in and you find the best players to play in specific roles in your system. That's how you have a cohesive unit, innit? Right now, I don't see cohesion in our team. I just see good individual players winning games for us, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, none of our goals look the same, bro. I bet Man City fans don't get tired of seeing De Bruyne spamming crosses in and Sterling popping up at the back post. They don't get tired of it, bro, because it's coached. It keeps happening, bro. I mean, there's nothing about the way we play football that keeps happening. It's all freestyle. It's all spur of the moment. And it looks good when everyone's firing. But I said before the game, I said we're 2 injuries or 2 players not playing well from looking rubbish. You know what I mean? That can't always be the case, bro. You know what I'm saying? That can't always be the case. Man can't be relying on Pogba and Bruno to have 8 out of 10s every game because they're not going to. They're humans, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? We need to have a system that creates chances for our players, bro, so we don't have to rely on individuals creating chances for our players. Bruno is a high-risk, high-reward player, bro. There's going to be many games that he plays like this where he gives the ball away and nothing comes off. Bruno's not going to be able to score every game and assist every game.
We also, I know, I agree with you, and this is what the main issue is, why we always talk about coaches and getting maybe a better coach beside him, etc. You know what I'm trying to say? That's something that we've spoken about before. But you see, me, when I look at things, I look at the coach. But me, I don't like when people are what's the word? They don't have accountability. Even for the corner, 96th minute of the game, the ball went through the whole team. 96th minute, we have everything on the line. Southampton have nothing to play for. It ends up at the guy at the back post. Ole it does not have any control over somebody having a bit of balls to just be like, do you know what? I'm gonna absolutely head this ball away. I'm gonna throw my life at it because this is what it means. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't have anything to do with that, and it's just little things. Rashford should have scored. Casual when that chance came. I don't know what he was doing.
He looked like he pulled out semi kind of like
exactly.
Yeah, he should have got right through that.
Yeah, Martial had a chance, should have scored. I'll allow him for the solo run. That was a mad thing, but he just got signed on target, but whatever. But that mistake that we made, that he made, and he didn't finish, he should be finishing that. So we had chances to kill the game, but we had chances to put the game away initially, and then the Rashford chance should have been finishing that. But sometimes I look at the players, Sometimes I look at the players, I look around and I look at them and I say, who's got something about them? And I was just nervous because I was looking at all of them and I was like, none of these guys have that about them. Do you know what I mean? That grit, that grind, they don't got it about them. And it's evident, bro. Corner, last minute, it goes through everyone. Challenges, no one's putting in something strong, bro. No one's putting in nothing strong. No one's calming the team down. Like, this is what we do. This is how we're going to get through this game. We're going to pump it. Bro, if it means we're going to pump it long to the corner flag and Rash, you're just going to chase. This is what, no in-game. I know you can say it's the coach maybe as well, but sometimes I look at the players, bro. We're meant to have leaders out there. We're meant to have people
that we don't, bro. And that's why it's even more important that we have a coach, bro. Harry Maguire ain't captain material for me, bro. He can shout all he wants, bro. Like, when we were under the cosh, I never see him dragging people by the scruff of their neck, bro, and getting us out of this thing today. Pogba wasn't on the pitch. Bruno wasn't on the pitch. We had Dan James on there, not a leader. McTominay, not a leader, bro. Fred, not a leader. We had no leaders on that pitch, bro, to finish the game, bro. And it showed. we got pinned back and we were just getting punched up. It was only a matter of time we conceded, bro. And that corner came from us just giving the impetus completely to Southampton by the changes we made said, all right, Southampton, we're hanging on here, guys. That's the change that we made, bro. That's what it said to them. Fred went to left back. Do you know what I'm saying? And it was like, all right, guys, we're just going to try and hang in there. Do you know what I mean? It wasn't Brandon's injury that made us concede the goal. We probably would have conceded it anyway because we conceded the game to them when we made those negative substitutions, first and foremost. Do you know what I'm saying? It's a mentality thing, bro. And the thing is, we do have quite a young team. You have to look at it. We do have a young squad. So because of that, they need direction, bro. Like, I can't actually look at the players and say, I expect them to dig themselves out of holes because we don't have the experience in the team. We don't have a Roy Keane, a Gary Neville, do you know what I mean? A David Beckham, like even a Valencia, like these men are captains of their countries, bro. Like, we don't have that. Our team is not built like that anymore. So we need that leadership to come from the bench, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? We don't have it on the pitch, bro. So it's either one of two things. We buy experienced players to get us out of holes, or we need more leadership from off the pitch, bro. Do you know what I mean? Like, all like the smiling and all that and the hugging and all of that, that's amazing. Do you know what I mean? But like, I just felt like the key decisions that needed to be made today weren't correct, bro. And I think we saw today the difference between a very well coached team and a team with very good footballers. The team with very good footballers weren't up for it today. And they got outplayed, bro. They got outplayed. It was only bits of quality that the reason why we didn't lose today.
Bro, I mean, also, bro, they're just little things that I look at, man, and I'm just like, I don't get how it makes sense. Like, why is Lindelof, my centre back, marking the smallest striker on the pitch and he scores, the smallest player on the pitch and he scored from the corner?
And Lindelof actually had a good game as well. That's what's mad about it.
Yeah, he had an all right game, but then this is something that's always in his game. You can have an all right game, and I'm not even trying to point fingers, but my thing is just kind of like, where's somebody that's just gonna be like, it's the last kick of the flipping game, bro. Put your life on it. You know what I mean? I want my centre backs in the midst of it. I don't know where the hell Maguire was in that phase. I haven't even seen it. Right? I don't know where the hell Maguire was. But we were talking about, we got kind of like a big team. But we were talking about, remember we were talking about earlier, these men aren't really headers of the ball. They're not really headers. And
we did discuss,
we discussed it. So these men are not really headers of the ball. And when you look at it, last minute, Lindelof is marking the smallest player on the pitch. First of all, my centre back shouldn't be marking the smallest player on the pitch. Let's get that out of the way. Second of all, for him to score, that's unbelievable, bro. That's unbelievable. That's just, in my opinion, that's just unbelievable, fam. Why is my centre back at the back post? Back post, my centre back. Like, you're meant to be in the thick of things, bro. Brandon Williams just bust his face, bro. Just bust his face throwing his head at something. You go and bust your face and throwing your head at something in the 96th minute of a game where it's going to get you Champions League football, bro. Do you know what I'm trying to say? Look, boom, goal, and here we are. Like, and now it's a situation where we have not got the opportunity to try and think to ourselves now we fucked it for ourselves, because we can't look at it and now be like, oh, you know what, I want to rest this person versus Palace and maybe chop and change. Nah, bro. Now what we're gonna do, fam? We have to go your straight 11, and we're gonna have to just see what happens versus Chelsea now. That's the situation you're in, because Leicester have got Spurs and Sheffield next. We have to capitalize on these games, bro. So we have to beat Palace. We have to. We can't be resting now. You know what I'm trying to say? And I don't know, man. If these players look dead on their feet, and then, boy, listen, looks like, I don't know, we're going to have to either trust our squad, the squad that we have, or these men that are the 11 are really going to have to rise it. Really, really. And my only thing is, I'm just quite disappointed.
Yeah, bro.
My thing is, you're gone.
I'm disappointed, bro. Like, as you can see, because you know what it is, like, I always say to people, like, even when you're winning, you should always self-evaluate as a team, bro. Even though we are playing well, there's always stuff that I always see, bro. And I try not to point it out every single time, because then people are trying to accuse you of being negative. But, bro, today's result didn't surprise, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Because these little cracks, that man's been seeing, I've been seeing them even since we came back, bro. The Norwich game where Bruno gave the ball away like 41 times. And I told man, he's going to have games like this, because this is the kind of player he is. Like, Pogba looked knackered today, He had 2 goal involvements. Take that out of the game, not much going on there at all, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? It's testament to him, yeah, that he can play so shit, yeah, and be involved in 2 goals, but it was still shit by his standards. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm looking at Matic today, looked rubbish. You know what I'm saying again, and this isn't the first game. He was sloppy. He was sloppy the last few games as well. Matic just looked like he's kind of, you know what I mean? He's
This is
looking
why
a
we
bit,
yeah.
yeah,
This is
looking a
what we're
bit
saying.
complacent. I mean, so we have been seeing signs of this that's been coming. Do you know what I'm saying? We've been seeing it, like, so none of this is surprising. We always know that Mason can be quiet, but if he gets a chance, he can score. I don't blame him for today because nothing happened on that right hand side. You know what I mean, nothing at all. It's not like he was getting the ball and he wasn't doing nothing, bro. He got nothing today, so I don't blame him for today. But when I look at it overall, it's like if we're gonna rely on these men, yeah, to get us over the line, bruv, they might shoot their load too early. You know what I mean? And I tell man already, we've still got the FA Cup to play, Europa League to play as well. It's a lot of games. If we're not going to be able to rotate it, then we're literally, players are going to get tired. They're at risk of maybe getting injured because they haven't played. And literally, it can change everything, bro. We get a couple injuries straight away, yeah? Like, I don't know where it leaves us now on with the goal difference thing. Are we fourth or like,
we're like 3. We're 3 behind. We're 3 behind Leicester for goal difference. Yeah, we're 3 behind Leicester, and that could, to be honest, really and truly, that should flip.
So what? Are we still fifth then?
Yeah. We're 5th on goal difference.
Yeah, exactly. So we're still not inside the top 4. That's what I'm saying, guys. And as well as we've been playing, we're literally a few injuries away from potentially not finishing inside the top 4. I'm not saying this is going to happen, but I'm saying realistically, when you look at it now, like we might have to go and get a result, yeah, at Leicester on the final day because goal difference isn't in our favor. So when you look at that, we have to get a result there, and then on top of that, we've got the FA Cup against Chelsea. Like in all realism, as much as this little journey's been and everyone's been amazing, bro, we're still very much in line, yeah, to miss out on top 4 and win no trophies. Bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's gonna happen, but it's still on the cards. We're not mathematically in the top 4 yet. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's one of them ones where we're still like it's not really in our hands no more. Whereas it was in our hands before today. Like, and when I say it's not in our hands, meaning that man we have to win these games. The Leicester one we have to win now. You know the ones there, bro. And if we have to win that, we have to win the Chelsea game because it's a knockout game. Do you know what I'm saying? So arguably we have to play our strongest team all the way to the end of the season, bro. And that could lead to injuries. That could lead to injuries, that could lead to fatigue, and literally we're 1 or 2 injuries away from literally being out of everything. And that's when the realism hits you, bro. It ain't nice.
Yeah. But look. The thing is, it's something that we gotta. The players now, bro. You see me. I'm very much somebody that's about kind of like character. Yeah, I mean, I look at people's characters a lot. That's just the way I am. If any of these players have anything about them, they swallow that pill. It's a tough pill to swallow, but you look at each other, you hold each other accountable. Someone in there says, boom, that wasn't good enough. Boom, that wasn't good enough. Let's rise it. And then Thursday we go again and we put a solid performance out and we move. Do you know what I mean? The one good thing about this result now has made me realize, oh damn, top 4 is actually really our priority in terms of, I was thinking, we'll go win these games, we'll go Chelsea, beat Chelsea, whatever happens again. Now it's like, yo, whatever happens against Chelsea, cool. I don't mind. I don't mind no more, fam, because we need to make sure we're beating Palace and we need to make sure we're beating West Ham. That's all that's important now. Do you know what I mean? That's all that's important. But the players need to hold each other accountable, bro. Hold each other accountable and go again. It's a lot, bro, because what did we say? This is the big test of our players' character. We said this is the test of their bottle. They failed that test. Lucky for them, the other lot are failing. Lucky for them. You know what I mean? So now let's see. You're getting they're lucky they're even getting another chance to go again, bro. So now Thursday, Leicester. I'm not too sure when Leicester play. I don't know when Leicester's next game is. But now we have to play and we have to get that initiative, take the initiative and be in top four. I don't know when Leicester's game is. I need to check it. Maybe it's before ours. I'm not too sure. Let me see.
Yeah, bro. Exactly what you're
Leicester.
saying, bro. It's a test of the bottle. Do you know what I mean? These man bottled it tonight. They bottled it tonight, and it showed us that we ain't turned the corner yet, bro. Do you know what I mean? It showed us that we ain't turned the corner yet. And as you said, all these guys saying, "Oh, maybe we don't need this player, we don't need that player." You saw there would have been no better thing to do today, yeah, than been under the cosh a little bit, 2-1 up, make a nice attacking substitution, and bring on Jack Grealish and bring on Mason Greenwood. You know them one. But Sancho's already started, but it's not going for us. You know, these are the kind of games, yeah, where you make attacking substitutions when you're 2-1 up and you're under the cosh, because you give the other team something to think about. We gave Southampton nothing to think about today. We're losing, and then we made defensive substitution. I mean, we basically invited them on to have their way with
us. Aguero should have come on, a bit of hold-up play, move Martial potentially to like, you know what I mean? But so I don't rate that in-game management at all. I don't rate that in-game management.
I don't rate that at all. Yeah, I mean, and it's like, it's not even the in-game management. It's even as a team, like, what are we doing, bro? Do you know what I mean? Because every man will be looking at this saying, "Oh, yeah, United, just press them." They'll try and play it out the back. There's no variation to our game. It's all well and good thinking, yeah, we can play it out from the back, but bro, it wasn't working, bro. It wasn't working. Southampton's press was on point, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And I'm looking at our team and saying, why can't we press like that? You know the ones, because that's the football fan in me. You know the ones, the football fan in me is like, why can't we press like that? How come teams find it so easy to split our attackers, like when they're playing out from the back? Why can't we do that? You know what I'm saying? And that's what I mean, bro. That's what I want, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? When I watch football, that's when you look at Southampton, you're under no doubts what these men work on in training, because we saw it today. We saw all of it with a lot less talented players than us, a lot less talented. You know what I'm saying? And that's what it is. There's no player that plays for Southampton today where you're saying, "Oh yeah, bruv, like sign him up." Bruv, get out of here, man. I mean, like, bunch of meaty players, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And them.
I genuinely think that Southampton looked at it and thought, you know what, a way that we can get at them other than the press is make our two attacking centre mids defend, fam. Because the way them man were running into the box as if they're prime Lampard or something, it clearly shows that they had an idea that they have to turn Pogba and turn Bruno around. You know what I mean? And them man didn't match up to it. And that's where I think that the game was lost personally. I think the game was lost originally in midfield. That's my opinion, bro. I think we lost the game in midfield, and it's crazy because that's the area of the pitch where we should be strongest. You know what I mean? But bro, one thing as United fans, we need to not look at it as the season's over.
Yeah, it's not over.
This is the first blank week we've had, or fixture round we've had for about 4 games now, since the Spurs game. This is the first blank one. So we need to take positives. We didn't lose, but at the same time, it's a reality check. It's a wake-up call. Whether now we thought we are up there, now all of a sudden, yeah, okay, we have the talent, but now it's like, oh, other things start to come into it, like fitness, like, you know what I mean? Like little things like that start to come into it. So now we got to react to it. But in all honesty, we didn't lose the game. We didn't lose the game, so we can't be too mad. But at the same time, it's a wake-up call. It's a big wake-up call, and I expect them United players to rise above it, and we go again. Goal difference, same goal difference. Leicester have tough games. We have West Ham. We have
the same goal difference as Leicester, or they've got a better goal difference than us. What is the goal difference? Because someone said we could draw to Leicester, but we can't draw to them. They got a better goal difference than us.
Leicester, unless we and so we've got 59. They've got 59. They've got 29 goal difference. We've got 26. So unless we go and beat, maybe if we go and beat Crystal Palace 4-0. And then Leicester and us all, matches like that, then cool. But until then, we can't. No, we've got less goal difference. So that's what it is. So now it's a wake-up call. And maybe it's a wake-up call that we needed, bro. It might be the wake-up call that we needed. It might
Exactly.
be.
This guy saying about bringing on Bailly and game management. To be fair, bringing on Bailly when we're defending. You know what I mean? I don't think he could have made another substitution with what happened.
He couldn't make another sub because you're only allowed to do if you're going to make 5 subs in a game at one occasion, you have to make 3 subs at one go.
Yeah.
And
So it has to be 3 substitutions, but you can have 5 substitutions. Yeah, this is it.
Exactly. So that's why we were with 10 men, fam, and that's why even if you look at the goal, there was another 3 man in the box anyway.
Yeah,
there was another 3 man in the box, not even just Obafemi. There was another 3 man in the box. So listen, that was just peak. That was unfortunate, man. That is a freak incident. That's a freak incident.
It is like, bro, like you can't legislate, yeah. You cannot legislate for man getting injured like that, and then you just can't, innit, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? We didn't lose, but I felt like we lost the game because of what we had in it. We didn't concede that goal because we had 10 men. We would have conceded that goal anyway. You know them ones, because Brandon ain't winning that header. You know, like that. So I reckon we conceded that anyway. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, our attitude was poor and it was wrong. Like, I mean, from the decisions we made, we set ourselves up to play that way, bro. It wasn't about the man getting injured, bro. It was a set piece, man. Like, pick up your men, bro. They didn't send the keeper up. We weren't outnumbered in there, bro. Like, we just didn't defend it well. Do you know what I'm saying? A man saying, remove Bruno and Pogba, we become reductive. Well, of course. But this is it. Because it comes down to individuals, guys. Do you know what I'm saying? And this is what I've always said, innit? Like, man can get... Like me, I don't defend anyone blindly, innit, bro? Like, I don't defend no one blindly, yeah? Like, the run that Manchester United have had since Bruno's come in and Pogba's come back and that we've looked great and all of that. Do you know what I'm saying? But I don't defend guys blindly. Why I said, yeah, that I thought that we needed a better coach was simple, bro. Like, when man looks at what we're playing, yeah, even when we're playing well, I still don't see patterns in it. I don't see anything familiar. I don't see anything worked on. I don't see anything that tells me, yeah, I can tell they've been working on this. I can't see any of that, bro. Like someone said, oh, Martial was pressing on his own. When you press, you're meant to press as a team. No player is meant to press on their own. That doesn't exist in football if you're coached properly to press. You press in zones and you press in triangles and you condense space. Do you know what I mean? Southampton done it very well today. If you watch how they pressed us, it wasn't one man pressing our defenders on the ball. It wasn't. They press in triangles and you have to go over them, bro, because you can't go through them because the press is so effective if you do it properly. You know what I mean? We don't press as a team, so we're not coached to press. Chasing the man on the ball is not pressing, bro, if you're pressing on your own. Do you know what I mean? Anyone that's playing football,
it's not a press.
Bro, it's just shutting down someone, bro. Like, when you play football and you have one man in the middle and 5 men on the outside, bro, that brother inside is meant to be knackered. He's meant to see the football. You know what I mean? So if you've got 3 men at the back or 4 men at the back and you're marching up pressing on your own, it's pointless. It's pointless. And that's what we saw today, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying play our last 3 games, this team has stressed me way too much. Bro, listen, there's plenty more twists and turns. As man said earlier, Manchester United never do anything the easy way, bro.
You know what? Like, the only thing that's keeping me now, the only thing that's really keeping me nervous, because I'm still confident, man. I know everyone's head's gonna be in the gutter right now because of the manner of it. You know what I mean? It's the manner that hurts the most. Last week, whatever. I know everyone's head's gonna be in the gutter, but the way I see it is, I still think we're gonna get it. The only thing that keeps me semi-nervous is that we're playing after Chelsea. We're playing after Leicester. I don't like United playing after teams, bro. I like when United play first, fam, because I don't know what's wrong with these players mental. And it's been the same under Jose. It's been the same under any manager since Fergie. We seem to bottle when the other team kind of like drop their points. I don't know where it is, but let's see what happens, man. Because at this point of last season, though, we had 6 games to go and we got 5 points out of our final 6 games. So now let's see. I don't want to see nothing like that again. But again, I just don't think it's I don't think it's all over, bro. I don't think it's all over. Everyone's gonna be feeling like it's crap, but listen, we still got a long way to go. And Leicester are not a good team, bro. They just got pumped 4-1. Chelsea are not a good team. They just lost 3-0. So if our heads are in the gutter, what's the Chelsea fans? What's the Leicester fans? And let's not forget, Leicester and Chelsea have dropped 15 and 18 points on Manchester United, bro.
Yeah.
So if we're nervous, what are the other lot doing? So that's the thing. People need to kind of put it into perspective. Don't be too we just go again. You get me? We just go again. It's as simple as that. We
I
just
hear
go.
you, bro. I hear you 100%, bro. Like the thing that's just annoyed me, yeah, is because like man saw this coming, bro. Like no part of this. No part of this year has surprised me, and that's why I found it so hard. You see, when everyone's getting excited about Man United, bro, I'm seeing people get excited. My group chats come to life now. All my brethren's getting excited. Do you know what I mean? And I've just stayed out of it, bro, because I saw today what I've been seeing, even when we were winning, bro. Do you know what I mean? To me, I'm like, nah, we need to give Ollie the players, bro. Do you know what I mean? He's not gonna, bro. Do you think he's gonna sit there and coach with Klopp and Pep and them? No chance. He's not even in a conversation with them, man. There, innit? Man, have to be serious. We need to give him the players. You don't have the players, and as soon as the players didn't do what they were meant to do today, we shagged, didn't it? You know, we did, bro. Like that's what, and it's upsetting, bro, because man can talk about the players being below par and all of that, but fam, that Southampton team do not have one player we would take from them.
Yeah.
Not one, bro. And then man showed us how to play football today. You know what I mean? And that's what's upset me, bro. Like that's what's really upset me, bro. Like I don't think man can make an excuse and say, "Oh, Brandon got injured. This man got injured." Do you know what I mean, bro? Like man are not thinking for themselves out there, bro. As you said, we ain't got leaders, bro. Pogba loses the ball, yeah, like because he's half asleep. But if you're a centre back, yeah, you see Pogba there, yeah, there's a man on him. If you're a centre back that thinks, you probably don't even pass him the ball because you see he's got a man on him. But again, no one's thinking for themselves out there.
That pass it to him.
The goalkeeper. That's what I mean. You see, I mean, the goalkeeper passes him the ball, and it's like, bruv, like he's got a man on him. That's a stupid pass, but we already know, yeah, that his distribution is not the best. But again, these men are not thinking, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's like nobody wants to take responsibility in this team, bro. Everyone wants to pass the ball to someone else. Oh, you have it. You do something. You know, and that's what it is. There's no leaders, bro. There's no leaders in the team, and when you've got no natural leaders, yeah. You need man to literally have their hands held and be coached like they're kids. That's why OBG had man standing, yeah, before the kickoff. You're kicking the ball in patterns where they're standing. Because some of these man, bro, just need to be coached like they're 5 years old. You know what I mean? Because that's what man see.
Yeah.
Right, now, no one's
when you look at it, but when you look at the but it's even like the team should, bro, the team should know, like, the casualness of the pass, the casualness of Pogba's receiving. I was just like, brother, like, what are you, man, doing, bro? Like, bro, doesn't make sense. But I sorry, bro, I can't get over Manchester United's substitutions was 2 men from Carrington, 1 man from the Championship, and Fred. Like, Manchester United. You know, our whole squad is fit. No one's injured. There's no missing player. These men are not coming on because the player's injured. This is Manchester United's squad.
Yeah.
That's the squad. 4 men. Okay, I'll allow Brandon Williams because he came on, got his head bust. 3 men onto the pitch and could not say they've done one thing to affect the game. Not one. Come on, fam. Come on, fam. Like, City are bringing on Gundogan. City are bringing on Foden. City are bringing on, bro. At the time they could have brought on Sane. They could have. This is the quality you need, fam. This is the quality you need. That's all I'm saying.
That's why we don't.
You're bringing on clowns and that, bro.
None of these fans saying, "Do we need Sancho? Do we even need Grealish?" Any man that's going to be an upgrade on what we have on this bench, then we need them. You know what I mean? Like, we need them, bro. I don't want to see any of this "do we need," because we saw it today, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? You have coaches, yeah, that can have players playing above the level that they're actually at, or you need a coach that has to buy the players better than what we've got. You can't have it both ways, innit? We've already seen, yeah, that my man's not going to coach this team into playing some pressing tiki-taka football. That's not what we have in it. So you have to give man the money. You have to give man the money, and you have to bring the players. Because as I said, will always be one injury or one bad performance from a player away from being suspect again, bro. And someone said in the comments, Pogba was playing in midfield by himself, bro. You know what I noticed about Matic was doing today? I don't know if it's something they've worked on. He was dropping in and almost playing like a third centre back. Did you notice that as well? Matic was dropping bare.
Yeah, playing like a centre back.
Yeah. I don't know why he was doing that, bro. I don't know why he was doing that. I don't know if it's something they've tried to work on, but it didn't work today.
It's because you're desperate to get on the ball. Like, listen. If you're centre back, yeah, listen, I'm not flipping Jose Mourinho or Pep Guardiola, yeah, but if your centre back, I mean, if your defensive mid is going to be going to receive the ball from the keeper, the Maguire should be wide, Lindelof should be wide, Shaw and Wan-Bissaka should be high up near the halfway line, ready to receive something. Then you can, then Matic will be an option, or if not, Maguire's an option, Lindelof's an option. These men will all standing next to each other, bro. They all stand next to each other, and Matic just sitting in the centre back position. And then that's when I'm saying, okay, if that's not going to work out, use your initiative and think to ourselves, okay, we're getting kind of pressed here. Let's clip the ball. Let's clip the ball to a Rashford. He might not win the header, or he might, and then we play from there. We're still trying a little, pass it from the back. Sometimes Lindelof or Maguire, they're getting the ball and they're looking at each other like, brother, we've got no one to pass it to. What should we do? And they just start passing it between themselves before one of them just go long. It doesn't make sense, fam. It doesn't make sense. Like it's crazy sometimes, man.
But this is what I'm saying, bro. I don't get it, innit? Like for me, like none of it didn't make sense. That's why in my head I was trying to think, yo, like, is this something we've been working on? This guy's saying it's for the fullbacks to push further forward. But not really, bro.
This is true, yeah. But the fullbacks have got to get up. Centre backs have got to split.
Yeah, but if you see, but Matic shouldn't be dropping in there that deep, bro, like to the point where Pogba's isolated in the midfield on his own, bro, like with two man on him, bro. And it's meant to be a 3-man midfield. Do you know what I mean? There's bare times where he was trying to win 2-on-1 duels and that because Matic is so deep. Like it didn't make sense to me, bro. Do you know what I mean? It's either we're playing a 4-3-3 or 4-2-3-1 or 3-5-2 or 3-4, bro. Make up your mind. Man can't be playing these hybrid interchanging formations, bro. Like man ain't coached like that. You know them, so it's either Matic is an orthodox DM or he's not, innit? I've noticed, fullbacks are getting a bit further up. But if it's at the expense of exposing the midfield, it doesn't make sense tactically, bro, because if you control the midfield, that's how you control possession. Yeah. So if you're giving away the midfield battle, what's the point in having fullbacks higher up, especially when our two fullbacks, they're not very productive fullbacks. Man have not got Trent and Robertson at fullback to say these men are going to be creating 5-6 chances a game for us. Our fullbacks don't create many chances for us. So what's the point of having them up the pitch, if they're not creating, bro, at the expense of our midfield? Yeah. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't make sense, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? And obviously it's easy to question these things when you don't win. You know what I'm saying? Because that's how life is. Do you know what I'm saying? But man, something always ain't really sat right with me. And I even said it, like even the Norwich game, which had alarm bells ringing, bro. Man didn't start our fucking team, and then we had to bring man off the bench to rescue it. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? The Tottenham game, we had to bring man off the bench to rescue it. It's all rescuing and that, bro, because we make a couple changes and the team just look weird, bro. Yeah. See
but it's obviously there's a coaching issue in there as well. But another thing is, as we've mentioned it many times as well, it's a coaching issue, it's a personnel issue. But one thing, it's just good anyway in terms of we know we're not there yet. No one said we're going to be champions next season. We've said we just want a comfortable, possibly third place next season or anything like that. So we know where we're at, and this is just highlighted. Oh, you man are not there yet. If Ed Woodward is watching, he needs to look at it and be like, I need to recruit. I need to do something to influence this team. That's how I see it. Right now, we ain't done nothing. We ain't done nothing. We just gone on a little run, 18 games unbeaten, closed the big gap, which is great, but do not fall at the final hurdle. That's all I got to say. Do not fall at the final hurdle. But I don't think Palace is a tough game. But hey, some people are saying, we ain't got a good record. But listen,
we don't have a good record. But luckily, we don't have the crowd. We don't have the crowd to contend against because it is a tough place to go, man. Robert Bruce said we had chances to break the game. Big up Robert as well, bruv. Capital extra DJ and that bad man hung up. Bruv, listen, we did have chances to break the game, but at the same time, this wasn't a game where the goalkeeper played a blinder and kept them in the game, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it wasn't one of those. It's not like we kept knocking on the door, yeah, then the man hit us on a counter attack and sucker punched us, bro. Like, when you look at chance for chance, yeah, De Gea made that little save as well, bro. Like, man can't really look at the scoreline and be like, right, we got hard done by. It wasn't one of them games, isn't it? Like, we can nitpick and say, yeah, Martial could have scored the goal earlier before we conceded. Rashford maybe should have scored in that. But on the balance of actually how the game felt, without like nitpicking, in the bro, it didn't feel like a game that we deserved to win, bro. It didn't. You know the ones there, like that's what I'm going off, and that's why it feels like a defeat to me, bro. Because honestly, it wasn't good enough, bro. Like it wasn't good enough, and that's just what it is. And because it doesn't surprise me, I think that's what's annoyed me even more, bro. Like I want to be here jumping up and down because man won 3-0 and it was a comfortable game, bro. But we just as a team, we don't even need to pick out individuals because we know we didn't play well. As a team, we were rubbish today, bro.
Yeah. They have to rise it, man. They have to rise it. Palace, they have to rise it. There's no hiding place no more, fam. A lot of these players are hiders. A lot of people are shirkers, fam. There's no hiding. The lights are bright, fam. The lights are bright, and it's going again. 8 p.m. kickoff, 8:15 kickoff, straight after the Leicester game. So whatever happens after Leicester is gonna amplify and magnify our performance. We're gonna have to raise it. Simple as that, bro. Whether Leicester win, whether Leicester lose, we have to react. So it's all about the bottle now. It's all about the bottle now. It's all about what they got about in their brains, what they got about them. Honestly, it's always about. I mean, there is some positives out of today. Martial is going to have more confidence. Finally, Rashford looked a bit like actually was looking really good. Had another chance to score. So there is some positives, man. Like there is some positive. Martial ran the line well, did really well. But
so I mean, let's do the player ratings before we wrap up. Yeah, and as the guy said, because Southampton played better than us, it felt like a defeat. I agree. They were so much better than us today that it felt like we lost. Because I'm like, we getting out footballed by a team, yeah. And as I said, I wouldn't take one of their players, and then man played us off the park for large spells of the game at our own gaff. Do you know what I mean? That's the standard. I want to see Man United doing that to teams, bro. Like, I don't just want to see us hitting teams on a counter attack and it's all 7 seconds devastation. Sometimes I just want to see us just press man, put pressure on them and just play them off the park. Do you know what I mean? I just want to see man play man off the park. That's what I want to see from my team, bro. Like, it's your job to play football. You wake up, you brush your teeth and go play football every day. But you should, when you've got better players than a team like that, you're meant to stamp your authority on teams, bro. I don't like this underdog football where we let them have the ball and then we try and nick one on the break and that.
Yeah.
Like, we need to start imposing ourselves on teams, innit? And I think that Southampton played like they bullied us today. And physically, they kicked us about a little bit as well. Do you know what I mean? But they got in and amongst us today.
You want in there, but we the referee
got red card for that challenge on Mason as well. That's absolutely disgraceful, blood. I don't even know how the retrospective action works, how that wasn't looked at. He's done it. The ball was not even in the camera shot.
Yeah. All right, let's do player ratings, bro.
De Gea didn't have much to do. Camera save and that. You know what I mean? I don't know. Should we say 6, bro?
6. Had what? Yeah, got packed in twice. Had one good save. That's it.
Yeah.
One
6, bro.
I'll give him a 5. I'll give him a 5. I wasn't impressed at all today, man.
Bruv, he was involved in, was it the first goal? Do you know what I mean? He didn't have much to do defensively because everything kind of didn't come down his side. But I just don't remember him making many mistakes. But he doesn't really make many mistakes. But he just wasn't effective going forward because he didn't get on the ball. He was quiet. So yeah, we could say 6 then. Yeah, it was a quiet game for him. Yeah. Sure, I'll give a 7. I thought Shaw was good today.
He was good. He was one of the players that stood up today.
Yeah, he wasn't effective in the final third, but at least he was there. I just like to see him there, bro. Like, it's an improvement. Like, man said to me, yo, that's the bare minimum you expect from him, and it is, but he wasn't even getting up there before. You know them ones. Like, so at least he's there, bro. Man's in the mix, innit? Like, that's all I want from him. Just be in the mix.
I'll give him a 7 as well. I'll give him a 7.
Yeah. Harry Maguire today 6. I thought he weren't good. I thought Lindelof was better than him.
I don't really see much of what Maguire really did today. He was just kind of there today. You know what I mean? Just there. Not really much action going down his side or anything like that. Just there. So I'm just going to give him a 6 as well.
Yeah, 7 for Lindelof for me. I thought he was decent, bro. Yeah, it was his fault for the goal, but I think he held that defense together, bro.
That goal pissed me off.
It pissed me off as well, but I just think that he showed me today again. Like I saw a funny tweet, and someone was like, "When are the top reds gonna realize that we need a centre back to partner Lindelof?" And that, and I was dying, yeah. But you know, it's mad, yeah, because it's like I see like a few recovery things that Lindelof done today. It goes unnoticed, yeah, because he kind of sees danger in it. He reads the game well, but because he's not physical, yeah, a lot of the time he gets bullied out of things and it makes him look shit. You know them one. But actually, like he's got the right idea in his head. It's just that he's soft in it, bro. Like he just gets pushed about, and like he almost looks like he shouldn't be a centre back because it's like, bro, how do you get moved to, bro? Like you have to enjoy the physical side of the game if you're a defender, bro. It comes with the territory. You know what I mean? And I feel like he doesn't enjoy it. You know what I mean? And it's one of them ones. So I don't know. I'll give him a 7 today, man.
I'd personally give him a 6, but I get he was probably better than just because he was more involved than Maguire. So I'll agree with a 7. Matic 5.
Yeah.
I don't know what he was doing today. Like I just don't really know what was going on with him today. They just all seem disjointed. So I'm giving him a 5.
I think all of our midfield get a 5, really, blood. To be honest, bro.
I'll give Bruno a 4. I'll give
Bruno bad, innit? Like the thing is, the only reason why Pogba didn't get a 4 is because he's got 2 goal involvements, or else I'd have given him probably.
For me, it's because of the first ball.
Yeah.
That mistake that he made and that getting tackled was that would have been a 2 for me if he didn't make that pass.
With the pass to Martial. I'll give him a 5 then for that. Bruno a 4, but that's what I mean. Like literally, Pogba one bit of quality away from having an absolute nightmare of a football match, bro. Do you know what I mean? See, with our top players, yeah, like they're gonna have games like this. Do you know what I'm saying? And if Bruno got an assist as well, yeah, I mean, again, we could have been getting out of it saying, "Oh, boys, we've nicked this one." You know the ones like, but it happens sometimes. You know what I mean? But
it should be, bro.
Bruno, we should be good enough for them to play shit like this and we still win.
Yeah. I mean, you can't always expect your team to blow everyone out of the water. Sometimes you just got to be able to dig deep and get a point, and get a victory. And the winning like winning that 2-1, if we had survived that corner, I don't know, let's say he missed or whatever, it would have felt even bigger than winning like 3-0 and stuff. Sometimes when you've actually gone against a tough team and you got to dig deep, but it is what it is. But yeah, so what, Bruno? I'm going 4.
Greenwood. Said 7. You men are trolling, blood.
They're excited. Greenwood, I'm going 5. He did nothing.
He did nothing, but the thing is, he had nothing. Yeah, he had nothing as well. It's not like he had the ball and he was giving it away and stuff. He just wasn't involved in the game, bro. And he didn't really go looking for the ball. What you wouldn't want him to. Do you know what I mean? That's not his job. I just thought that they didn't supply him, and it's because Bruno, the supply chain, broke down completely today. Do you know what I'm saying? I don't even want to see his pass completion. It's going to be a mad thing. Do you know what I'm saying? But like,
game at all. This is his first bad game, like proper bad game. So I'm not going to go too into it. The type of character that Bruno looks like is he will go against Palace and really rise it. He looks like that type of fan. So.
He'll know that he hasn't played well. That's one thing about Bruno. Like he'll be kicking himself. Do you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, like you look at Martial today, a lot of the chances, little half chances, the assist for Rashford came straight from Pogba. Other than that, Martial was winning the ball himself and running past people and that, bro, working, bro. Like nobody really created anything for him. Like, and then he put the chance in for Rashford as well. Him and Rashford done the little 1-2 link up. But no one was really creating for them two. Them two kind of had to create for each other, bro.
Literally, I said, let's just keep getting the ball up to them two because they're the only ones that really want to play in the attack today. So, Martial, I'll go that way. Yeah, Martial, I'll give him an 8. 8. He was good today. He was very good. He got the man of the match as well. Well deserved. He was quality today, man. Like he almost went on that solo run, made a goal out of nothing. His goal as well was out of nothing. He just made it himself. Got an assist. Not only the assist, the hold up play was brilliant for it. So everything, the link up almost set up Rashford again. So all in all, 100% Martial for me, the man of the match for our team anyway. So I'm gonna give him I'll give him an 8. I'll give him an 8. An 8.5. I think he was brilliant today. Goal and assist to drag us out from 1-0 down. I will give him an 8.5 to be honest.
I think 7 for Rashford's fair, bro. Do you know what I
Yeah.
mean? I think him and Shaw showed promise on that left-hand side. They tried to take, do you know what I mean? But Rashford should have scored that chance. Like, he pulled out, bro. Like, do you know what I mean? Martial was playing with him. He could have put his foot through the ball and he gets there, but you could see he kind of slowed down and pulled out. And I think if he puts that in the goal, that's the game done.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll go. I think 7.5. I think he did all right overall, like link up play wise and stuff. Should have taken his chance, but he took his goal well and was the only player. Again, he was the only guy that was looking at him and Martial were the only guys that were looking at they're going to make something happen today. You know what I'm trying to say? So yeah, I'll go about that. I'll probably say that. I think a lot of our players. I've tweeted it. United are carrying a lot of passengers today. A lot of passengers, and with our ratings, it shows there was a lot of passengers today, man.
Yeah,
A lot.
Obviously, I'm coming with the stat show tomorrow anyway. But look, he's saying 73% for Bruno. That's what I mean. And the thing is, Bruno has games where he has 73%, and then he gets 2 assists, bro. That's the kind of player he is, isn't it? Today, it was not his day, bro. Do you know what I'm saying? I'm not saying how did Pogba get an assist? I said goal involvement. Goal involvement is not the same as an assist, bro. Like Wan-Bissaka had a goal involvement as well down the right-hand side before that when he just jinked in a few man and flicked it back, bro. Wan-Bissaka was very, very involved in that first goal.
All the subs is NA.
Yeah.
NA. They didn't even do a thing to actually get a rating. NA, bro. My system's broken, fam. VAR's broken.
Yeah, man said, what do you give to the subs and Oli? I don't know what I can give to Oli for today because like ultimately, like there's some things that I can't isolate the blame for today for. You know the ones. Like the thing is, man knew that the team weren't well coached, so I can't blame him for that today. You know the ones. That's been an ongoing thing. But when everyone's playing well, it hasn't mattered. You know the ones. So man can't let that influence like the way I saw today's game or what I'm giving him, bro. I think that his substitutions weren't good though. That's one thing I would say. Like, I don't think that Pogba comes off before Bruno. I think that doesn't make sense. You know what I mean? I don't think it makes sense to not bring on someone like Aguero to relieve pressure. Because, bro, see, when you're under pressure, sometimes you just want to go long, bro, and just kick it up to a striker that could hold the ball. Do you know what I mean? Like, when you bring Daniel James on, it's kind of like, it's nice to have the legs, but he's not really an outlet, bro. He's not going to hold onto the ball. So I just feel like Daniel James thing, cool, bring him on, but then bring someone like Aguero to hold the ball on as well. Do you know what I mean? But not bring Aguero on didn't make sense to me. Do you know what I mean? The injury, there's nothing Oli could have done about it. The substitutions he made. So it's kind of like, I don't know. That was all like.
Oli, I'll just give Oli a 5. The in-game, just not. I mean, I don't know if you want to blame him for it. I don't think the in-game management was that great. Defensive subs not that good. Obviously that just gives the other team the initiative and think, oh whoa, these guys are going to defend. All right, cool. Obafemi, get warm. We're going to bring in a striker then. You know what I mean? So that's kind of like conceding. That's conceding possession. That's conceding the game to Southampton. So now I'll give that a 5 from Ole. And yeah, man, that's probably about it. I don't even want to talk about those subs, man. Those subs, oh, bro.
But this is it, bro. Like, man don't want to sit here and just tear into individuals. Man don't want to sit here and tear into individuals because, like, I said, I'm not going to do that, innit, bro? Like, man know how I feel about certain players. Man know how I feel about how I feel like we're coached or whatever, bro. Man don't need to reiterate certain things. We know, that man them that watched the game and really studied it knows, where we went wrong today. The substitutions weren't good. Our players individually weren't good. It was just literally a catalogue of errors, and just letdowns from top to bottom, bro. You know the ones there. It wasn't one man's fault today. It was a bad man's fault. Like when we looking at the player ratings, bro, how many men got above a 7 today?
Not many, bro. Like 3 man. That's it.
That tells you all you need to know, innit? When 3 men are getting above a 7, you don't even give the manager a chance sometimes.
Yeah.
Not like that. You know what I mean? Like, you don't give the manager a chance, bro. As much as men are not coached to the level that we should be for a club our size, when you've got 9 man, 8 man getting above a 7 out of 11, what chance did man have anyway?
Yeah. Don't have a chance, bro. Don't have a chance.
Yeah, really. Yeah, I mean,
One thing that's annoying me is that, bro, I know technically Bruno got an assist, but I beg this assists are becoming the most useless stat in football, fam. I don't even. I'm gonna stop looking at assists, bro. The guy passed it to Martial. Martial runs through two man and bangs it in bins.
that's not
And
assist,
people
bro.
are giving assists and they'll be using it to up his match rating, or they'll say, "Oh, no, fam, no." Them assists are so annoying. It's not an assist. He just passed the ball 2 yards, fam.
It's a goal involvement, but it ain't no
It's
assist, bro.
ruining
You
the
know,
game. It's that of
like,
assist ruining the game, bro. It's jarring, fam. It's jarring. I'm
yeah,
telling you now,
it gets like that. If I pass the ball to man, as soon as you have to go past more than one person, it ain't an assist no more, bro.
bruv. They
But
need
I would
to
argue
read.
if you still need to beat a player yeah, after I give you the ball, it's no longer an assist, bro. You know the ones. An assist should
Bro,
be directly to the goal straight away, blood. I cross it to you, you tap it in, bro.
this is what I'm saying.
If I give you the ball and then you drop a shoulder, yeah, then nutmeg a man and go past, but they ain't no assist, blood. Get the fuck out of here.
It's crazy. Like, so somebody would have got an assist for Zaha's screamer versus Chelsea. Yeah, somebody would have.
Yeah,
Like, it's just a bit ridiculous, man. But it is what it is, innit? It is what it is. Listen, we still go again, man. Everyone's in down spirits, man. Everyone needs to raise their spirits, and we go again Thursday, man. We go again. The players know, wake up call, man. We move.
this is
Leicester
it,
and
guys.
Chelsea are not picking up maximum points. They've got Wolves, they've got Liverpool, they've got Sheffield, they've got Spurs, they've got United. These teams, they're not picking up. If Chelsea are not going to Anfield and picking up points, bro, or and the Wolves game is massive anyway. But Leicester, Spurs, Sheffield, bro, I still fancy it. So people need to lift their spirits, man.
100%. I still fancy it as well, bro. Like, I mean, sometimes we just need a reminder. We're not where you feel like we are. You know the ones. When man is turning our nose up at certain ballers, we're not there in it. We found that out today. Do you know what I'm saying? So like, there's still a building process. Like, we still need depth in it. So it's one of them ones, guys. Just gotta
Move.
chin up,
Big
move again.
Ed Woodward, rise. Ed
Yeah,
Woodward.
bro. FFP's gone out the window. City bus case, so we need to splash in it. There's no excuses, blood. There's no excuses. But big up you, man. Slap that like button. Do you know what I'm saying? Make sure you add them up. Yeah, man. And we'll catch you back. Bro, Thursday we got a game. So yeah, bro, we'll catch you on Thursday.
Come on.